up guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Adina Jacobs and welcome back to another amazing video that I have for you guys today. Today we're gonna be reacting to Hogwarts Legacy gameplay showcase. I am so excited for this game, not just because it's a Harry Potter world game, but also because I've always wanted to go to Hogwarts and it's never been a real thing to actually go to. So it was kind of hard and it was really frustrating. So today is the day that we get a little bit of a sneak peek of Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. I'm not gonna make any promises. I don't know if I can buy this game and play it for you guys here on the channel because it's coming out in January 2023, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to buy it because it's expensive, honestly. If you guys want to help out with that, just tell me. Maybe I'll like drop my PayPal in the link or something, but I usually don't do these things, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this game. But however, I will be reacting to a gameplay showcase like this. Like, why would I ever miss this? Without any further ado, let's get to watching this amazing gameplay. Alright, Hogwarts Express, I guess. Oh, look at this. Look at this music. That'll probably get me copyrighted. Alright. Oh, look at this huge monster. Oh, what? We can just throw off people like that? Look at this dude that's flying, that's swimming in the air. The broom! He just swam, literally, to the floor. I heard that in this game you can choose your own way. You either be good or bad. That's very interesting. That is very interesting.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce you to. First up, we have our community guest host. He brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
Guilty as charged, yes.
One half of Expecto Go, yeah. James Whitehead.
Thanks, Chandler. Yes, I'm James Whitehead of Expecto Go, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. And I am one half of Expecto Go, the other half, my wife Sue, represents that other half. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Avalanche Software, for inviting me. I cannot wait to go over this gameplay. I just got to say that.
Welcome, thank you for being here. And we've got two people from the studio, just two of the many people bringing this thing together, the magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Game director, Alan Tu.
Hello, everyone.
And senior environment artist and Hogwarts expert, Boston Madsen. So thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedules right now to sit down with us to help us show everybody gameplay. So what we're going to be showing you today, first, the character creator, because it's your legacy, and you have to create yourself when you get
create your character in this game, so that's a bonus.
Hogwarts and bring your whole authentic self to Hogwarts. So we're going to show you that character creator.
Character looks exactly like you.
A tour of Hogwarts, and it's just a small tour of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really big.
Just a small tour.
So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot. So, and finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how all that works.
Let's go.
Just a little taste, yeah. So we're excited to get there. But again, first and foremost, we need to get into this character creator. And James, with you here, we wanted to let you create this character. So Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today, is going to be handing you the controller.
Oh my gosh. All right, I won't break anything. All right, so what are we looking at right here on this screen?
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character that just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man.
And then once you're in that ballpark, all of the other tabs let you dial that in, be exactly who you want to be. It's our goal with this is to make sure that for anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for the very first time, that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to Hogwarts or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my God, and options galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
This is all about you.
Okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so
yeah, he does look like him a little bit.
Pretty close, but let's look at everything.
Okay.
These people are fun,
play around with
honestly.
some of these options, like really.
All right, so what are we looking at with this option over here with the tab? I see face stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw
Wow,
in
they
the,
must have
in the previous
took
screen, all those
a
faces
lot of time
are,
doing the
are
faces
choices that you have here.
and getting
So
like different
you
models
can, now you're
to
just kind
like
of getting
take
into the details,
faces.
into your face
Oh,
shape and your skin
this
color.
just must have taken them
and
a
then
long
because
time
we
in
knew a lot of
production.
people going right in are going to want it right away.
Look,
Even though
you
it's
can
an
even
option later in the
customize your
game,
skin.
you can
That's
select different types
amazing.
of glasses, put them on later. We
Hopefully
give you some
you can
options right
customize
up
your
front
hair too,
if you want to have
and your
glasses for your
eyes.
character.
Oh, that'd be
man.
crazy.
Oh my gosh, look at the structure of the
Probably when
faces
this game comes out,
with
you're gonna
this.
see crazy
Wow, you
models,
guys
like
thought
people
of
with like
everything.
green
I like
dragon
that.
hair,
I don't
like
think my face is that skinny.
I don't know,
but
yellow
I think we'll go
eyes,
that, I think we'll go
and
that
just the
route.
crazy stuff. I
And
just know
down
it. People are
here
gonna be
is
going
this-
crazy with these
Those are your glasses
customizations.
there, yeah.
Oh, so we started.
Twitter's
We
gonna
can,
be
we can
full
go
of
Harry
them,
Potter if we
honestly.
want. Off the jump. Oh man! And this is just some. Of
Oh,
the
oh,
options,
glasses!
I'm
Are
assuming?
you kidding me?
Yeah, so through the
moving
course of the
forward.
game, there's a lot of different
Oh
options
wow,
that
you
you'll
keep
unlocking.
unlocking stuff
So
the
as
further
part
you
of
go
kinda like
into
gear
the
for the
game.
character,
That's
there's
awesome.
lots of different classes.
But
there's
is the
even
face
masks,
like
there's all kinds of
permanent,
things over the
or
course
can
of
I
the game.
change
for-
characters
Victorian
and
era, though.
change
Yeah.
genders
Yeah.
and
Such a
change
good
everything?
Such a good call. Oh my gosh! All right, so now. Oh,
Can you give your
we can
character
go
pronouns?
click on this over there.
That's my question.
Oh.
I spend a lot of time here just like dreaming
Look
about
how many
my different
hairstyles
characters.
there
oh my
are.
gosh, the pony.
Oh,
The
look at
thing
this.
I'm always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of Hogwarts Legacy's character creator is just the texture. And like you even adding the bounce with the hair moving around.
Yeah,
Yo,
you're
that kind
right.
of looks like Hermione a little bit.
That's right.
I'm not even gonna just like Fred. I'm not Fred. And we can just go. Can I go like Tonks purple
Wow.
or green a little bit?
Absolutely.
Oh,
This is what I was talking about.
yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that. That is cute. Oh, okay, so little behind the scenes. I used to have this type of hair like way back, but
Or was it purple?
I wanted silver tips, so that was the closest I got to any color. But oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Oh,
so
this
you literally
hairstyle
can bring
looks
yourself like
gorgeous.
It's a myriad of textures and different hairstyles here. All right, so now we're getting over here to play around with some of the.
These are more subtle options. We've
Okay.
got freckles, moles, different things like
Wow.
when it comes to your
They
complexion,
want
like
it
darker
as
eyes,
personal
maybe
as
like some shading on the
possible.
cheeks.
Oh,
I love this.
man. You guys literally thought of everything.
Yeah, they did. Thought of everything.
with this.
I do have a bit of fun with that. And then the scars are one of those
Wow,
options where
scars? It's like they're trying to make you your own Harry
Yeah.
scar, but you can
Potter.
come in with
Give you the
Your
scar
options.
you'd like.
Yeah.
What is the cause of this scar
wow.
specifically?
Look at that.
Is it gonna
I didn't
destroy
even
us
see
all?
that.
Oh, those are my favorite. The eyebrow scars.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
that. Love those.
yeah. You look kind
It's
of
a
like,
classic.
yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But anyway, so now we're over here.
This would probably
Oh,
take people
man.
hours
This-
to
You
to
guys,
actually decide on something.
this
Oh, look
is
at the
so
eyes.
sick.
Again, getting more subtle here. You know, really like dialing in that face to really
Wow.
get your.
I don't know how revealing I want to be with my facial features now. Just like, yeah, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options
Wow.
just starting
So many
the
options,
game.
honestly,
I feel like
really.
we want to be here like forever.
you and me both.
And then this final tab here, this is where you kind of bring your whole character together. You know, this is where you finalize everything. You're not choosing your house here.
Okay.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
I wonder how
but,
you get
but you
to
know, here's where you
choose
bring
your house.
you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice, and then even within that, changing your pitch,
Oh,
the
Wow.
pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but
Yeah.
but you can hear it,
Concerned about.
That was quite something.
and so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which kind of voice that you want. You'll be selecting a
Change your
difficulty here.
voice?
For today, we'll just go normal because
Okay.
Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty, yeah, with combat and how that plays in.
That is a
But I
big
think
question.
the important thing here is like if for people who aren't gamers especially,
Right.
story mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this game.
And I will put expecto and then go. We're good. We're good. Awesome.
And then whether you want to be witch or wizard.
Amazing.
What'd you think? Character creator, we're good?
I'm good. Let's explore Hogwarts and let's get into some combat.
All right, through the magic of using a dev kit, we're gonna be loading up a save a little later in so that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up for us here. We are starting out, James, there you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the
Look at the
account linking.
map.
Thank you. I do look
It's
good.
very
And this is our first look at the
specific and,
Hufflepuff
like,
Common
it has
Room.
a lot of
I mean,
details.
dorm room.
The dorm room.
Yeah.
Look
yeah.
at
This is awesome.
the spells on the right.
What are we seeing right here with the UI?
You got
This is our
yellow,
first look.
red, purple, and blue.
So right now
Wow.
we know there's been a lot of questions about the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over it from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond.
Mhm.
So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Wow,
Okay.
20.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelo is one of those. That's the left on the D-pad.
Revelo, to reveal
On the right
stuff.
on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so
Okay.
right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know,
Obviously.
like what are all the spells and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but I
I know.
We
understand.
would all like spoilers, obviously,
but we do want to
that
make sure
would
there's still
ruin
some
the entire
goodies left to share with
experience.
everyone.
So,
And
I'm
then
the one who
on the left
likes
side, that thing
spoilers,
that
but
has
I'm
the
against
one
them at the
button
same
next to
time.
it. That's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's
Did
a
you
lot
see the
of
reflection on
magical
the mirror?
tools that you're going to be
You didn't see that, right?
kind of brewing and
Go back.
growing over the course of the
You'll
game.
see his
And
reflection
so
on the mirror.
that's where you would access them rapidly is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
Look at the
There are a few
owl.
things that I left
Am I
off the
gonna
table on the
be
right.
choosing
The green
which
bar is
type
your
of
health,
animal I'm
and
gonna be
basically
with?
there's a potion next to it. That's how you might
I'd rather
heal.
just get a
The bar
dog,
above it, we're
honestly,
keeping
or a
secret.
cat,
I
because I'm a
apologize.
pet person.
And all the way
Like
on the
a-
left is
like a
our
normal
mini-map
pet
with a kind
person.
of overhead
Like
view
cat,
of where you are
dog,
currently in
Yeah.
your common room that
wolf.
updates as you travel through Hogwarts and beyond out into the world. And for those fans out there that aren't a huge fan of mini-maps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the mini-map and
Whoa.
turn on or off different elements
Cool.
of
Okay.
our HUD.
You can
Really
just
immerse yourself.
totally
Yeah,
make this your own
yeah.
thing.
And we'll go more into
From
the
start
spells
to
as we get
beginning.
into
This is
combat.
crazy.
But that's what you're seeing there, and this is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories. Very nice bedside tables.
They are nice bedside tables.
Yeah,
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
it's part of lore. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking out into,
We really tried making these low-ceilinged dorms
Wow.
to give you that Badger set
yeah.
Ooh.
sort of
And
feel.
the first thing I noticed is the
Interesting.
music. The score is
Look
amazing.
at the
with this.
storm room.
And I'm calling out here. This is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released. You'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
Whoa. Each common room
I just
has
want to welcome you
its own
to your
music.
common room in every single house.
How much
just
detail
a
are
little bit
you
differently.
putting
So you
into
can
this?
customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at that.
Wow, this must have taken
Beautiful
them
design.
a lot of
spend
years
like the
to
entire
make.
rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it. And
They
I'm
must have
sure
been a huge
Boston
team
and
too.
James could
Did
be
you
like
see
just
the
geeking out over
dancing plant?
All the details.
The plants are
from the
dancing,
visual
y'all.
insights For this common room, the round
They're
doors,
dancing.
the hanging vines,
I'd understand
even the
that.
dancing
I mean,
badgers.
you're in
on
the world of
fireplace.
It's got a real
Hogwarts,
earthy
so
vibe.
you'd
Yeah.
be dancing.
Very, very earthy.
which is like elements for each of the houses,
Yeah,
right? Like
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw is air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We
Wow.
really leaned into that for
Wow.
each common room.
Wow.
So if it feels earthy, we've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
but I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Thank you. I understand.
How is this gonna open exactly?
Whoa, the sound
oh,
effects
it
though.
goes. I didn't
Like,
even see that.
Looking back at
Oh,
the past
these
trailers, it's just
sounds.
music, but kind of hearing how
It's total
Hogwarts is
magic,
now.
except
so
game made of magic.
Cool. Yeah.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells.
What is
Revelio.
that?
Use Revelio right here because there's a little magic going on.
Notice a little something there.
Whoa. Field guide page.
Yeah. So
One must tap
these are
the
something
barrel
that we
to
kind of
from the
interchangeably call
bottom.
Revelio pages or
middle,
lore pages, and you'll notice a bunch
Oh
of things
wow!
pop
So
up
it's
on the
like a
screen.
code
You
to
see
get
that
inside.
We've got some
XP.
XP for it, and you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the corner. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there.
Yeah.
But in our game, we had to answer the question, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay. Okay.
And so we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students.
Whoa!
So Andrew, if
You're gonna be
hit
studying in
pause
the
for
game.
me
I love
here,
this.
Before we push forward a little bit.
So much,
You can see in our pause
actually.
menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide, and you can see your
all
house
that?
kind of crest
Right, in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over it.
Okay,
right? And you
okay.
can see that on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors have granted it to you as a late fifth year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges,
Whoa.
quest challenges, exploration challenges.
What the
and you can see
heck?
field guide pages are on there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, we unlocked that one field guide page.
That entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school and kind of hides itself with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school that you're actually going
so
to
cool.
interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game, discovering all
This
of them.
is
And
amazing.
there are over 100
This is so
field guide pages
cool.
in Hogwarts alone. So.
Little glimpse of the grand staircase.
It's like
here.
you're an
We're not
actual
gonna-
person
Circular
in the game.
All the
Match the
It's like you're
portraits.
inside
And
the
I
game.
did notice the flue flame just ignite right there, which was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there.
Oh, we have
House
fast
hour
travel
glasses.
too.
We had to.
Really good.
How much fun was it designing those and putting all
Oh, they're
those in
gorgeous,
there?
but
But
that they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
Wow.
next to the Great
Wow.
Hall.
it's a nod to
Yeah.
lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the game.
we
It
didn't,
is
we didn't turn it
narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right
Part of the
there,
wizard
Andrew
world.
was teasing. That's the Great
Great
Hall
Hall.
over
Yeah.
through those doors. Again, we're not going there. He's just kind of like,
What? We're not going there.
Cool.
No.
Cool.
Can I catch this flying book?
Here's another collectible page. Just again showing you like just these things
Whoa.
around Hogwarts that you can do and pick up and.
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there. I recognize
We
that.
might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So
And this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put into this is kind of I get surprised by it all the time.
Sentient magic castle.
Wow, it changes by season.
Oh man.
This is cooler than I thought,
We're
actually.
going out. Look at that.
I'm gonna be so sad if I can't
It's
buy
where the
this
students
game.
would normally
Oh,
kind of congregate.
and
just,
actually experience
kind of
it
chill
for
out,
myself.
play, meet each other outside the Great Hall before and after the game.
Wow.
I
Look
love
at
the way
this.
that when the castle interconnects
Look exactly
to,
like the
that
movie.
it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope to how big this castle is.
And when you see things like you'll notice a bridge over there, that's a place you can go to and cross. Like everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Wow.
Wow.
We put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive. Not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years. So just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it. And
Oh my gosh.
that landscape.
We should always
That's
have a
Scottish.
room around
Might
with
look a little
us,
familiar to
just
you.
so we can
I
like
thought I
explore the
recognized
area
it. I
faster.
believe this was from the Spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to
I am
that.
going to tell Andrew not
This
to
is
interact with
literally
that
making me
puzzle
feel
and
like
to
I'm
keep
in the
moving on.
movies. Like I'm
We
in
can't
the
spoil
Harry
everything.
Potter
We can't
movie,
give
like
you
I'm
everything.
filming with them or
Hogwarts
something.
contains
Like
a
I'm
lot
on
of
the
secrets.
cast member team. Like
Oh my God.
But this is this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the right.
This is a big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand central station.
I love
love
that. I
it.
love
Each
that.
direction,
This
you know,
is really
it's green
cool.
over there, so the greenhouse is over there. Transfiguration courtyard, you know, the library straight ahead. So it's kind of the hub.
look at
Oh my God.
this.
Even
You
Even
see
the
the
color
tree that's on
visually, you
the.
can just tell. Okay, green,
glass?
Green go that
greenhouse.
way.
Oh my God.
A lot of it'll be subconscious, but
Yeah.
it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it on a daily basis. It's a castle.
Great point.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yeah.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what
That
I'm doing.
statue
I know
is
what I'm
from the reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my
This
God.
is another location where the students will gather, you know, and just kind of chill out.
Talk.
And an
And,
opportunity
we can
to
just talk to
talk to
people?
somebody, get a
Yeah.
quest giver here.
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
You have different
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
response.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
One thing I
Kind of
don't
side
like.
quests are really, it's a cool way to
The facial
interact
expressions are
with
not
your fellow
smooth
students,
at all.
with perhaps other teachers,
I-
with, you know, various
I hope you guys noticed
things like that, as well as
it's-
teach you some more of the secrets
It's not
of Hogwarts.
smooth
I
how
think.
they're
There's-
speaking,
there's a
especially
little bit of
her.
that.
Absolutely.
Like if
yeah.
ours
so
is customizable,
the students are a way
like,
to kind
our
of like flesh
character is
out the school
customizable.
opportunities around
Okay,
it.
maybe
what
they
we
would
can do,
struggle
and in those
a little bit
interactions,
to
different interactions with different
give you
characters
smooth
can also offer
facial
different choice points for the player.
expressions,
And then some of those things
why was
can
she
affect things
not having
game-wide. Some of these
smooth
affect
spec-
characters' lives,
facial expressions?
the ending of the game.
That's my question.
And sometimes it's just about
Hopefully
you
that's
being
not
a
the
little bit of a
final
nice
thing.
guy or just
Hopefully-
being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely.
Facial
So the
expressions
scale
are
really
better
varies,
than
but,
this.
but those opportunities exist.
For the sake of my
Wow,
life.
look at this.
This is the Dada Defense Against
For
the
the
Dark
sake of
Arts.
2022 or 2023 at this point
This
when
is
this
one of
comes
my
out.
favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of
It
this
is
area.
very
is
iconic, very unique to anywhere else in the castle.
somebody else that we can talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no
Why
reason.
would they hate you? Why would they hate you?
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports.
Oh,
Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
interesting actually.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
That's sad.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation
Even
and
if she
they
caused them,
responded
she's just
accordingly.
playing.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, Gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean.
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
they continue.
That's a good example of the
Gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask. Gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game. I know we've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to turn into gameplay. And there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket, just kind of for the overall
Wizard's Chest.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Yeah. They're featured within the world. Right?
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the Wizarding world.
Every single time there was something that we
Production was
regretted
tight.
because we
Just
couldn't
say that.
include it. We also
There's
tried
no
to figure out a
need
way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like
These
acknowledge
decisions
it,
are
touch
very
it,
hard,
and
actually.
make it feel like it's definitely part of the
When you're working on something for so long and everybody
Everybody
says no, we don't want that side part that you've been working on, it kind of hurts. So
we're
kind of understand how they
Dark Arts Past. I recognize
would want
that
to include these things, but they couldn't.
Just
I understand that.
by. I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about
I love how
classes
unique
work,
every
because we've gotten
and
a lot of
each
questions
room
about that.
is.
Is it a schedule-based system? Is it to tell us how classes work?
Yeah, so ultimately we decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day and that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high
society.
High society.
And it's no wonder you like this area because we built it for like the purebloods and the
Look at
Slytherins.
this area.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
Little events like that, the brooms going
I
by
just saw a broom
overhead.
go by. Love that.
Whoa.
The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player.
Right.
Help you not get lost. But this is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality. And
Personality. I like that because
Yeah,
it
a
gives.
lot of
It does. Like
character.
Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Feels just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of
And
grow
full
and
of,
develop. Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
Look at this.
Future poltergeist too.
You know, we talked about building
love
on
these
lore too. I know
moments.
there's that
Ah.
statue over to the side.
Yeah.
That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another
Well,
Revelio
sorry.
page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides
It
there.
hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I gotta call this out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls, okay? So here we are at the owlry. We're looking directly at the owlry to show you all of the owls.
It's a lot of owls.
It's a lot of owls at the owlry.
I
all
love the fog
owls.
rolling down now.
Great callback. Great call.
But no, I also love that as I one of my favorite things about just kind of going around on the outside of the school is that all those things that I see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation
That's
knowing
so
that is
cool.
real.
That lovely Scottish countryside.
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, it was but a fraction of this enormous castle.
On it all.
But we're closing it out here in the Clock Tower, so another recognizable location.
Yeah.
But this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club, is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here.
Who's in a younger year.
Oh wow,
We
he
kinda like that
literally
this-
knows
that
each
he's
and every
running
character that they make. Or that they made.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into
kind of a
combat, because
practice
really in the game
combat-
this is going to
combat
be
practice.
the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, then all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face buttons.
Awesome.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly. And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding
so
of
freaking
another
cool.
feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns. So as you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again,
Right.
you can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things like
That is
cooldowns,
so
different
freaking
talents,
cool.
different things that allow you to
Okay,
kind of like
okay.
juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them. And that's how you access all those.
Oh man. It looks like we're about to get some action over here.
This is so freaking awesome.
So this is
interesting
a great way to
as
kind of learn
F.
how to pull things together,
So you
pull those
Leviosa
combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Well
Good
done,
job,
Andrew.
Andrew.
This
That's
is
just against the
awesome.
dummy, but
the
I
dummy
mean,
just keeps getting up.
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot back.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
We're on a PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able to kind of pause
I'm
the action
Yeah.
and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there is about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of your
of the other
classmates.
students.
Yeah.
But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense
Meaning
of,
you don't want to spoil anything.
combat.
I understand.
So
Ready to
apparently
get
you've
thrashed.
got quite the reputation because they've got you up against three people.
Apologies
Off the
in advance.
jump.
This is such a
So
long video. I didn't
explain
think it was
this,
going to be that long.
Just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around
Yeah.
the different characters. And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are, I'm forgetting the other ones, like control spells. And so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying on things.
We've got this paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's
Give
going
us a breakdown
on.
of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown. The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you
Kinda
see
like
the halo, it means
Spider-Man.
there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you'll be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with the Protego.
And I love that deflect where it goes off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy.
Whoa!
And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish
Their
these.
commentary
these
literally
other
says
students off here.
everything. It feels like I don't even need to add
Yeah.
anything.
It's like a dance.
Did you just
Yeah, we really felt like
drink whatever to heal
We really
himself?
felt like in the movies, there's almost like a.
Whoa.
It's kind of like there's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great
Yeah,
distance.
that's such a good call.
And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea.
beat them
That's pretty unique to the
blindfolded.
Wizarding world.
Understandable.
Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then.
Oh, that was
The next
awesome.
round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Oh, that was
That
really
is
awesome.
More or less gonna wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you.
Come on,
Return to
give us some
Creator,
more.
tour of
Are you
Hogwarts,
kidding me?
and just that little taste of combat. But we didn't want to leave you without maybe a little taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time. So leaving the castle, going out here.
Is that
More owls confirmed.
Owl mail. There's the owlery again.
That was literally in the movie, and I remember this place specifically.
But yeah, just heading out here
because
again
it
to
fell
show you
in
like
the,
from Hogwarts,
the last Harry Potter movie,
the world beyond Hogwarts, and
Oh man.
Oh,
this
you
is not somewhere
wow.
we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in the future.
That's awesome. It's an open world game.
A little glimpse
Literally,
at the
so.
scale of the castle back there. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed.
I have enjoyed
everything
very
that you've
much.
Seen, but I think,
hope you guys
James,
enjoy
we
it.
have a few other questions here at the end of things. So
Yes.
while we're done with what we're showing on the gameplay side, I know there's a few things that you want to pick Alan and Boston's brains about.
I would love that because there's a lot. Let me grab it. All right, so some of these questions we did pull from the community secretly, but I did pull from the community. So,
And also from, I mean, going through this, I
Based
feel like
off of- yeah.
you've come up with some things you want to talk a little more about. I'm sure.
elaborate on, because we went through character customization, Hogwarts itself, and even combat. So this would be like for the both of you guys. Will we be able to go back and change our character creation if we don't like it?
So not everything, but there are certain things with hairstyle, hair color, so kind of like core shapes, you know, like with the body and face, not after the fact.
Yeah, yeah.
But there
How
are
can you
lots of
change
things. There's
that?
kind of like a barber shop in Hogsmeade that you
Unrealistic.
can go to. And
Of course, there's
inside
a wizard
there,
barber,
you can
right?
customize, yeah.
You could change your hair color for holidays or something, right?
Oh my gosh, that
Oh,
would be so cool.
that is a spoiler.
The game features a lot of appearance customization in it, so there's a ton of options there. But that's in terms of like your character and stuff that you have the character creator. It's like a smaller set of what you saw there.
Okay. Oh my gosh, awesome, awesome. Next question, what kind of leisurely activity can we do? Can we study with our free time? I mean, what will we be doing just hanging out in Hogwarts?
Because as you progress through the game, there's a bunch of different missions that open up. Most of them are driven by different characters' personalities. You know, some of them want help getting up to hijinks, or some of them want to just explore secrets in the castle because there are new secrets in our castle to explore. And so, so I think there's a bunch of things to do. And when it comes to class, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just kind of like the mainline stuff. There are kind of like extracurricular assignments, some of which are optional, some of which are kind of like blockers for main mission. Kind of like you can't go on this mission until you have the spell. And then the spell is open, you know, the assignment and how you complete it with your professor. And so there are
Everything
opportunities
leads to another.
To study, so to speak, like with that. But they do all take the form of our mission structure.
As you mentioned earlier. Wow. Let's get into some combat right quick. Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal?
Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal? I'm trying to think of how to describe that. So each spell has kind of like its own core identity and what it does in the game with regards to both kind of like puzzling, world exploration, and enemy combat and all that kind of stuff. And then it's through the talent system, right? When you go into that, it's kind of like each of those spells has ways to kind of like advance and grow and change. And as you spend talents, in some cases, it even changes like the way you approach the battlefield and things like that. So I'd say that's no more true than with like dark arts, for example. And as you go down that line, and you kind of play around with those talents, it really does start to kind of like affect even how you approach combat and how you think about it.
I won't be touching the dark art stuff, but I know many of you guys will be.
Maybe on your
Darkly interesting.
Dark Hufflepuff coming.
Don't say that about the darkness. It attracts me.
I want to close off with this question.
In games, it does. It really does.
With this game that you guys have been working on for however long and the excitement you guys have, what's one aspect of Hogwarts Legacy that you are excited for the fans to experience? Boston.
I think I'm just excited for the fans to play through the world, specifically the castle, and maybe go read those books again. I hope that whether you're already a fan and love this game, or this is your first introduction into the world, I hope they just point at each other in the best way possible. And I'm just excited for fans to get to finally go to
Basically
Hogwarts
everything
and
in the
feel
book
like
is in the
they can own
game,
it.
so if you want to spoil yourself,
I've lived there for 5
there's
years.
your way to go.
It's a great place to live. Official 5th year.
It's really funny because I want to give a different answer and I will, but I actually feel like the most honest answer is really similar, because my favorite thing when running around playing the game and getting to know Hogwarts the way Boston knows it, because she knows the school and the lore better than I do, and thank God, right? Because you want the person architecting it to really know that. But when I rewatch the films or I'm rereading passages from the books, there's a different relationship to those things having played the game.
Right.
And so it's really looking over the edge and seeing location. I'm like, oh my God, I'm right there. And in the movie saying, I know what's around that corner in the film. Like if you go down this way, there's actually a thing over here and there's this person over here and this thing happened. And it just adds all this richness to everything that you already love.
And not just that, but you're going to add your own story.
Yeah.
So you know what happens around that corner because you did something.
Yeah.
And then the quick answer, just to have something different, is I just love being on a broom. I just love looking at the whole world and just being like, okay, I can just go.
I can go there.
That vantage point,
There's just something exhilarating about it that feels very different in that kind of open air and on that thing. It just it's kind of incredible. Yeah.
And man, he's like exciting me
for
more
me,
and
it's just
more.
bringing the community together with it and sharing those stories, because it is your story, and you are going to be writing. This is your unique experience within this, and even within the things that are the same, it's going to be your unique experience. It's different from mine. It's different from. We're all approaching it from different places, and I think that's going to be really cool the way that everybody brings those things together. All right, and that's everything that we have to show you today. I know maybe it wasn't everything you wanted to see, but it was a whole lot of stuff. Character creator,
you made
mini
us
tour
really
of Hogwarts
excited,
there,
actually.
just a small part of it, a little bit of combat. And we do have some more stuff coming up for you in the future. Hogwarts Legacy releases on February 10th, 2023, and is available for pre-order now.
February,
but
not
that's
January.
going to do it from us. We're going to leave you with a
thought it
little
was coming
something
out
else.
in
But for
January.
now, bye.
All right, let's talk about this. This honestly looks really good. My only complaint was that the facial expressions weren't smooth, but everything else just looks beyond amazing. I can't even put it into words. It looks incredible. It's gonna be such a unique experience. Like, put unique in a glass. Like, put 2,000 lines under unique. So you can't help but notice that. So am I gonna be able to play it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have the budget for it. It's all about the budget, honestly. I have absolutely zero supporters. Nobody that supports me financially. I support myself, and I really hope I can get it. I really hope I can get it, but for now, no promises. I hope I can actually buy it, even if I'm not gonna even make videos for it or about it. I just want to experience it. It's the world of Harry Potter, because I don't read the books. I have never read the books. To me, it's the world of Harry Potter. So who doesn't want to be a Hermione Granger or a Harry Potter, or Ron Weasley? Who doesn't want to be one of those characters? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this incredibly interesting video and unique video. And hopefully in the future they release more things about the game that I can react to. But for now, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please, if you're new here, go hit the subscribe button down below, like this video. Tell me in the comments how I can make my videos better and more entertaining for you guys. Tell me, are you gonna watch this game? Are you gonna buy this game? Are you gonna play this game? Tell me, is it worth it? Is it not? To me, I really think it's worth it because it's very unique. Doesn't matter what the story is about, doesn't matter how dark it could get or how Harry Pottery it could get, but this is a unique experience, you know what I mean? It's just unique. So these things you can only just experience once. And I know a game when I see the trailer, but really the only complaint is just how not smooth the faces looks. but anything else I have absolutely zero complaints. The world looks amazing. Like the world really looks like you're in the movies. If you've watched the movies, you know this looks like the movies. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Please take care, and I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys so much, and I miss making videos for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.